Please stand by, nice people in television land. We'll be with you shortly.
I know.
Who knew?
I knew before you.
Like 2 weeks. They went down south.
My mother. Yeah.
How loud is the piano?
How loud?
Well, I got some. Hey, just play a second more.
Yeah, they glow on the door. She has to take her shoes off, right?
Some people told me my sneakers are a distraction.
Keep going, man.
This is how I find my way home. They glow in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can start out.
Is this the mic here?
It is. I can take it back. So, I mean, it.
Thank you. And the next piece is going to be in a completely different style. As a matter of fact, the difference is so great. I would describe the difference as being night and day.
That's the name of the song.
Okay. All right, the next song is a song that the philosophers have been puzzling for ages. What is this thing called love? And they're going to even puzzle it more because we're going to change the rhythm around. Instead of the standard 4 beats that most Western music is played in, most Western popular music is played in, we're going to do this with 3 beats, kind of like a jazz waltz. So what is this thing called love? Thank you. All right. So that was a song. What is this thing called Love? Has anyone figured it out? No. Okay, well, we give you another love song to figure it out. This is called Love for Sale. This should really help fuel the thought process, right? Love for Sale. You see, it's a good thing we don't have a vocalist here, right? For those of you who know the words to this song. And even if you don't know the words to this song, you can probably imagine what it's about, Love for Sale, right? Because it's a family program. We keep it nice and clean. Okay, so here is Love for Sale. But we're going to make the music hot. We're going to make the music hot. We're going to be doing the style of a samba. you, thank you. So, our next piece is a piece called So in Love. See, lots of songs with love in the title. But Cole Porter was great. He was actually my favorite of all the composers of the American Songbook. I think personally, I guess that's a subjective opinion, but also from an objective opinion, he was probably the most evolved musically when it came to just his influences and the scope of his music, including classical music. He was probably the composer who incorporated more classical techniques into his compositions. People think of Gershwin, for example. We do a George Gershwin program, and he explicitly wrote classical music, which Cole Porter didn't do. So Gershwin wrote pieces like Rhapsody in Blue, he wrote string quartets, he wrote piano concertos, he wrote a lot of like dedicated classical works. But Cole Porter in his songs actually uses different, more kind of technical things that classical composers would use, even more than Gershwin does. For example, in this piece, this piece is a beautiful ballad, and it's structured like a classical piece would. It has this, for those musicians out there, it has a structural line that just ascends. Each section, it just kind of gets a little higher, creeps a little higher until the end where it climaxes. It's really quite brilliant. Anyway, but it's one of my favorite songs, So in Love. Hope you enjoy it. Wasn't that a nice, relaxing ballad? Okay, I'm so relaxed I could just go to sleep. All right, the next song is dedicated to all of you because you know why it's dedicated to you? Because you do something to me. I want you to introduce you to this great band. On the drums, Danny Borg. On the bass, Edgar Mills. On the piano, Paul Joseph. Okay, we're going to take a brief intermission, if that's okay. Brief intermission, because we're live streaming. We don't want to keep the people at home, waiting too long for us, okay? So 10-minute intermission. And during intermission, I want to tell you that we do have a mailing list at the back. If you'd like to be on an email list, I know a lot of you are, but if you're not, you can sign our email list. Please print clearly, and we'll spam you. We'll give you all types of Paul Joseph emails. We'll tell you all about upcoming events, and we also have flyers there of upcoming events. We always add more, so please keep checking. You can check. That's why it's good to be on the email list, and that's why you want to check my website too. Anyone know what my website is? PaulJoseph.com. You see, it's very easy. It rolls off the tongue like a Cole Porter melody, right? I should have wrote a song about that. It's PaulJoseph.com, and there you can see our schedule. You can see videos of the group. You can see other fun stuff like my symphonic music. You can hear my orchestra music and all types of good stuff on there. You can spend all day on PaulJoseph.com. You can waste your whole weekend. You can waste, all right. But anyway, and also thanks to the Massapequa Library again for having us. And so we're going to play one more, and we're going to, and then we're going to take a brief break, and we'll be back for more fun and frivolity. So, and this piece is Cole Porter was very prophetic as a musician, because this piece is called "It's All Right With Me." Does anyone know the first lyric to the song? It's the wrong time. Yeah, stop right there. It's the wrong time. Cole Porter was envisioning us playing this piece right now, like 70 years into the future. He saw this. It's the wrong time. Now, you remember before we took, what is this thing called love? Instead of 4 beats, we put it into 3 beats. Now we're going to do something. We're going to take a 4-beat song. We're going to make it 7 beats. And musicians often refer to the amount of beats, they refer to that loosely as the time signature, or they might call it the time for short, although time has another musical meaning. But yeah, so they call it, so when Cole Porter says it's the wrong time, he envisioned the Paul Joseph Trio playing his song in the wrong time. He was brilliant. He was like Nostradamus. So anyway, so we're going to play this with 7 beats. So if anyone would like to, count along, please do it here. Don't try this at home. It's a very dangerous stunt. You could hurt yourself. Believe me, I did. Okay, so anyway, you can't fit them all in one hand, but you can fit them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. had international travelers coming from all over the world to see us. Thank you for coming. Okay, we'll see you in 10 minutes. All right, good job, guys.
Fast. No, I just didn't realize they were there. All right. Or to watch that, or maybe I can get the lenses replaced. I don't know. But the Mets
What a waste of a season. After last night,
can't go back. You can only go forward. And there were no shortcuts. Oh, no. It's like, follow that wall. It's like a gerbil. Yes. You can't go back and say, oh, I think I saw something back there. No. Because you can't find it. Well, they won't let you go back. You have to keep going forward. Well, you gotta go all the way out and come in again. Yes. So I hope right from the beginning. Yes,
Who's buying furniture?
well, I bought cheaper furniture for my daughter. One like, well, you know, it's like cardboard. It's the pressboard. Yeah, it's pressboard. And then she put it oh, that's okay. But I bought like and I still have it. Well, that's stainless steel. I bought like $7
Computer stand, when they have their, remember the computers on your, Charlie was going to college now, actually not going to summer. But I remember taking Rachel and Daniel, and the computer was like, the monitor was this big, the computer was this big, it occupied the whole back of the car. You know, just the computer.
Like a TV. Why?
It's true, very big. And now it's what's yours?
So, a lot of people don't know about it. Yeah. Because I came once, I got kicked out. I forget what show it was. Yeah, but hey. Yeah. But I took it in, and then somehow I squeezed it. But I squeezed it. They had the seat, so I squeezed it. But anyway, I think you and I went to Solis that time. I had never gone there before. But I saw Smoky Joe's. I said it's Smoky Joe's, but yes, I'll go. The fun of getting on.
Yeah, but that
Very nice. We didn't know, but I guess Linda.
what is
It's a nice restaurant. You know, we said we want to go close by, and she said it's a good Italian restaurant. We actually yeah, but if I was to go closer, there was even a guy playing and I came in with some oh, and of course somebody else was in the bathroom, so when I came in, I didn't want to go to the bar because the people would be throwing things. But anyway, loved that place. It was good. So, yeah, we could go there. We run a boat over the zone. I like that. Oh, nice. I don't think usually like to take it home. Yeah. And, but we did because the portions we all just had. Portions were tremendous. So I said, I'll take a chance. It goes bad. But you know what happened? When we went over there, the ride was so nice. The stores were very busy. The stores were there. And Jenna and I had to say, he said, I don't know. I go, maybe I'd never see it again. But in the meantime, he was like, the manager or something. And then when we came out, I said, I'm never going to find that man. And there he was in the back of the town with our dinners. So we left out. I actually had such a surreal one at the time. That day, I know the show and the dinners. And you know, that was opening night.
I was like, I heard, I can't. I saw it. I was like,
Because I told her earlier, I said, this week I'm looking at it. And I had it written down. I said, earlier, because I have it here, and I thought I was going to say, but then I saw it. I know it. We had two flights. Oh, we don't have enough problems. And then
They're just like great story. Like I went there and there was a book on sale. I don't want to get anything
You guys all ready?
but I, you know, I had to do that. And then she reminded me that I have to come here.
Is that coffee?
No, it's white blues. It's the, I usually use the big one. Yeah.
Just be gentle. What? Just one of those things? No way!
I do have a lot.
Now you ask for it. Now it's gonna be fast.
Yeah. Right. I got the other kids, like, you know, I did.
That's funny. You get 3 hours. What do you want, a restaurant?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't figured it out, that's the way to try to get your attention. Calm down, we got a wild crowd here. You guys in the back ready? We're not starting without you. Okay. All right, we got a big crowd here. And we got a big audience and out in the internet land, I hope. Are you there? Good to see you. Okay, we're gonna start the second half with a piece called Just One of Those Things. And we're gonna take it at a nice slow tempo because we don't want you to get too excited. like I said, a nice, slow, relaxing piece, right? Okay. Okay. Remember in the first half we did a couple of pieces where we changed the time. Remember, it's the wrong time, but the right place. So anyway, we're going to do that with this next piece called "You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To." Esta canción es dedicada a mi novia. This is dedicated to my girlfriend. She actually calls this song Inolvidable. Ella lo se llama esta canción Inolvidable. a funny story about this. She taught me something about this song because I was practicing "You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To" at home, and she heard the song and she said, "I know that song." And she said, "That's a Spanish song." And I said, "No, it's not. It's Cole Porter." This goes back to our. You said, remember, Cole Porter was born in Peru, right? That's funny. Cole Porter es de Peru. Peru, Indiana. So, yeah. So, like I was saying, so I heard. She played me this. She pulled it up on her phone, and I couldn't believe it. It sounded exactly like "You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To." So I looked. So I thought maybe Cole Porter. He was very interested in a lot of music, including Spanish music. So maybe he kind of like heard this song and kind of like imitated it. That was my first thought. But I did some research on it, and I found that Cole Porter wrote "You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To" in 1943. It came out in a movie in 1943. And this other song, the Spanish song "Inolvidable," came out in 1944. So it came out afterwards. So obviously, "Inolvidable" was an imitation of "You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To." And Antonio, ¿conoces "Inolvidable"? Okay, he doesn't know it. It's a Mexican composer. It was a Central American song. But anyway, so it was a great song, and then I did some research on the internet, because usually when people like take other people's songs, there's always like people have tracked it down, and I couldn't find anything on this. I'm like the only person who knew about this. But I did find one video. It was interesting, where it was a Spanish person posted a video, and they took they put the song "You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To," but they called it "Inolvidable." So they got it mixed up too. But anyway, it's interesting. If you look up this piece "Inolvidable," which translates into "unforgettable" in English, if you look it up and you hear it, you'll notice an uncanny resemblance. It's just way too close to be an accident. So anyway, that's my little anecdote about "Inolvidable" and "You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To." Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. We're playing this in 5 beats, all right? The fun thing about improvised music is you never know how it's going to end. You never know how it's going to start. You never know what's going to happen in the middle. You never know what's going to happen. It's like life. You know, it's fun because I also compose. Like I said, I compose symphonic music, more in a classical style. And you know, it's like in life we all try to be composers. In other words, we try to plan everything out. We try to like write out our plans. We have our to-do list for the day. We have our to-do list for the week, the month, the year, the 5-year plan, right? We have all these plans, right? And how often does life turn out like your to-do list, right? So because in life we go through life, we try to be composers, but we end up being improvisers. Improvisation is the first composition. That's where composition comes from. So and you notice all the great composers were also great improvisers, every single one of them, because they had to be, because music. You know, music's something that has to flow through you. It's not something you can think of in your mind. It has to go through you. There's a lot of intellectual things you have to, you know, you have to take into consideration, especially depending on the style of music. Like jazz is there's a very high intellectual framework that you have to absorb to play this music. But at the same time, it's like, that's not the important thing. The important thing is what, you know, the music's coming from somewhere else, and you got to kind of let it flow through you. And so the interesting thing is when you're playing with a band, it's like you have, let's say, you know, different musicians actually doing that individually, but then that happens collectively, you know. So the energy from one person goes to the other, and they kind of feed off each other. And the audience is also part of the creative process, because your energy, you see, it's all energy is all it is. All music is music is a language. It's a language of energy. So your energy out there is actually contributing to the way we're playing, you see? Because if you weren't here, it'd be like our rehearsal the other night, which was okay.
Well, don't forget the Zoom audience.
Hi Zoom audience. I almost forgot about you.
Their energy too is important.
Your energy too is important. You got that? We're feeling the energy over the internet. It's like coming through it's coming through the Wi-Fi, the 5G. We're getting all the radiation, everything. We're getting that energy. So, yes, we are. But anyway, no, but it's true. Actually, it's the funny thing is when we had the lockdown, we streamed a couple of concerts. One from here, as a matter of fact, and it was a very good concert. But you know, I just don't enjoy it, because it's like, you know, the audience is so much of a part of it. So it was almost like, yeah, we had the energy of the people on the internet, maybe writing in a comment or two, but it's just not, you know, music's meant to be experienced live, you know. That's the way it is, because like I said, it's live energy. It has to be translated. There's so much more to it. It's not about sound. It's about what's happening through the sound. It's about, you know, it's coming through your body. It's about your body language, everything. So anyway, so where were we? Oh, we're at Mass People Library.
Yeah. In the basement.
So the next piece is going to be a piece called "All of You." No, it's not going to be all of me, and Cole Porter didn't write all of me. It's all of you. Come on, Cole Porter's a Peru boy. He's from Peru. He wouldn't write a song like that. to Paris before?
Yes.
Yes, lots of people. Did you like Paris? You loved it? This song is perfect for you then. What song was that again? What song was that we just played? Does anyone know? Okay.
When they begin the beginning.
You heard some Begin the Begin in there. Oh. You heard that. We snuck it in. We snuck in Begin the Begin. How do you like that? And the reason we snuck it in is because those two songs are so similar. They were written 10 years apart. I Love Paris was written in 1934, I think, and 10 years later came Begin the Begin. And Begin the Begin is, so Cole Porter must have had the template in his head when he was writing it, because one fits over the other so perfectly. And yeah, the composition, it's jazz musicians never play Begin the Begin though. The swing bands used to play Begin the Begin all the time. The swing bands back in the in the 1930s, they used to play Begin the Begin, and well, actually in the 40s, the swing bands in the 40s, but they would play Begin the Begin, and it's perfect for swing because it goes on and on and on. You see, once you begin the begin, it never ends. So it's great for like big band arrangements, but for small group jazz, small groups usually don't play that piece at all. But anyway, so we figured we'd sneak it in there in I Love Paris, because I used to, before I did that, people used to say, "Oh, come to the Cole Porter program. How come you don't play Begin the Begin?" I was like, "All right, we'll sneak it in on you." So there you go. All right, the next song is the one of my fans and friends lovingly dubbed the dermatologist song, because it's called "I've Got You Under My Skin." You can thank that gentleman right there in the orange. Not only that, I've got you under my drum skin, right? Because now we're going to pull out our secret weapon. Does anyone know what this is? Bongo. No, it's a djembe. That's right. And I bet you don't know how to spell djembe. You got it. All right, it starts with a D. That's all I'm going to say. All right, it's my secret weapon. Let's see what this sounds like. Give it a whirl. She had a little slightly better hit. All right, so we're going to feature our drummer Danny Borg on this song, and this is called "I've Got You Under My Skin." And the reason we have the African drum is we're going to do it African style. Ingeborg on the drums. And we have Edgar Mills on the bass. Paul Joseph on piano. And thanks to all our guest percussionists. Thank you. You know, we actually, in our grocery program, we do an African-style piece called "They Can't Take That Away From Me." And the reason I call it that is because I wouldn't let them take my drum away from me. But apparently that happened in this concert. You all took my drum away from me.
You got it back though, right?
I did get it back, as a matter of fact. And I'm holding on to it. Okay, thank you very much. And we're going to play one more short song. First of all, we want to thank the Massapequa Library for having us. Thank you, Lee Gundell. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure playing here. And like I said, we do have an email list on the back. Feel free to sign our email list. And if you're at home, we didn't forget about you. You can go to my website. It's pauljoseph.com. Rolls off the tongue like a beautiful Cole Porter melody. So anyway, you can keep up to date on future events. And so we're going to, and most importantly, special thanks to all you for coming in. We have people traveling from all over the world, all over the country to get here. Thank you all. And so that's why this piece is always said. It's called Every Time We Say Goodbye. right, hope to see you all soon, including you.
Yeah, that guy was in the front. Didn't come?
Is it his birthday? I was like, no, that wasn't. That was a different guy. Mentioned birthday, and I think it escaped me.
Sucks.
You know, they changed it.
Yeah, I mean, right?
I would say quarter of that. Every library.